Is everybody ready? We're going to open up with a brief statement from Coach, and we'll take some questions after that.
Appreciate you guys being here. Shout out to CPS and just all the kids that were able to come out. That was, man, they can get really, really loud. Probably the loudest I heard them in that fourth quarter. And so really appreciate them being here, and I know our players do as well. Yeah, I thought another really solid game for us. I felt like, from a rebounding standpoint, I continue to see improvement in that area. Probably the biggest thing to me is, again, that assist to turnover ratio. I think it's a little bit deceiving. I think we had some really good looks that we weren't able to knock down, but we're moving the ball so much better than we had been. And so I think that's a little bit deceiving, but the fact that we played with 13 or less turnovers is something that we've really tried to emphasize consistently, and it's nice to see us kind of get that down to a manageable number.
Questions?
Coach, you talk about that second quarter kind of being the difference. Come out with a really strong first. Little Rock starts to claw their way back. Then you get that technical foul. Angie makes a couple free throws. Grayson does as well. How are you able to kind of create that separation within that stoppage early in the second quarter?
Yeah, it just seemed like there was a lot of, reviews going to the monitor. Gave these guys an opportunity to get a drink of Gatorade and kind of refresh a little bit and make sure we were locked in. But it's just kind of had an odd flow to it, but I really compliment our players on their ability to stay locked in and stay focused and continue to attack. I thought the last couple games our transition's been a lot better, and so saw a lot of good things from that standpoint. I thought we played with a lot. We're learning how to play with pace, which I think is huge for us as well. So a lot of really good things, for an early morning game, something different, something unique. We were excited about it, but you never know for sure, less than 20 or 48 hours, how they're going to respond. But I thought out of the gates, we were locked in, ready to go.
What does preparation look like for some of these early morning games compared to ones that are like 6, 7 o'clock at night?
I mean, it definitely is a shorter turnaround, obviously, and you can't do much. We watched some film. We did get up and down a little bit, I guess, yesterday. I think it helps that we've gone so deep into our bench. That's really been my focus. These last two games, knowing that we have 4 games in 6 days. And, I know it's hard for the players, but really trying to manage minutes and rotations because it's the bigger picture of what's in front of us, and got some tough games coming up. But I thought they've handled the prep really well. We've had a lot of games in a short period of time, and like I said last time we were in here, I think the girls really enjoy playing the games, so they're probably thankful we have games versus practices. But I don't know, it's a veteran group. I think they know the drill. They know the importance of locking in that scout and making sure they're ready to go.
Coach, you had Grace scored 14 points in the first quarter. What did you see from her in the opening minutes?
Well, thought she just had some really good looks, good takes, played with great pace. She got open a couple times, nobody around. That's one kid on our team I definitely am going to make sure is guarded hard if I'm playing against her. But I don't know if she was surprised she was so open, but also off the bounce, I think playing with really great pace. She had some mismatch opportunities and was able to play with pace around the rim and finish some big shots for us and got us started on a good note.
Extend that to you, Grace. Obviously, that really quick start, was that something that you can just kind of feel the momentum moving along, or do you just take it on a play-by-play basis?
That's a good question. I think, you go into every game just thinking I'm going to go out here and do my best and do what the team needs. And I think today was just one of those games where Coach P kind of mentioned that, the ball just happened to be in my hands at the right time. And I think my teammates did a great job of just pushing. And we've really been emphasizing in practice. And, we saw in SLU just the benefits of running the court. And I think that just showed up quite a bit in today's game.
Last couple quarters don't score as much. Was that just part of the flow of the offense and just other people being open?
Yeah, I think they adjusted a little bit towards, later in the game. Heard them, saying, don't let her go left, So it's just how the game goes, and you keep playing and just hit the open man.
Nyah, was a pretty big game for you. Scoring-wise, you've really picked up in these last couple games. Is that just a comfortability aspect and kind of getting along with this team more and more?
Yes, I can say like I really, really have like the trust and faith in my teammates, and I feel like they feel the same about me. And just having like that, you mentioned like that capability and that just trust role, like just to be able like to play your game and just knowing that if it doesn't come to me, I can have other people I can depend on. So I just have like really those teammates like that just really push me and just make me better, and I'm the same for them.
Coach, it looked like y'all were playing a little bit more zone, especially in the beginning. What went into playing zone?
Yeah, we just, I think different looks are good. We got a couple different defensive packages that I think we can throw at teams, and it was a good matchup from that standpoint. They really like to attack the paint. They like to play downhill, and so the more we could really, take away some of those driving opportunities, we thought would put us in a best position. And so, it varies game to game. I know these girls really like to get out, and we've got a handful of players that really like to pick up man and apply that pressure. And I think we've improved a lot in that area. But I think it's important that you have a defensive package and, a couple different looks that you can throw at people. And for the last 2 games, that's been a good look for us.
It looked like that zone was a little bit of like a 2-3-3-2 hybrid. What does that look like when you're kind of implementing it and then now seeing it executed, I would say, fairly well in a game like this?
Yeah, I'm not going to talk specifics. Don't want to give anybody our scouting report on, what we're trying to get done from that standpoint. But I just think, I really do think it stems back from June and July and just the work that we put in with our man defense and the aggressiveness that we want to play with. And so regardless if you're a man or if you're in a zone, the physicality, the intensity, the aggressiveness that we want to play with, I think it's translated well in the possessions that we've played some of our zone defense.
And then, Coach, you're going into the tournament on Monday and Tuesday. What are you looking to get out of that tournament?
A couple wins, right? Isn't that why you play the game? But, to be honest with you, just to see our team continue to grow. We understand it's a marathon, not a sprint. Every game, win or lose, we want to learn, we want to grow, we want to get better. It's really the process, it's not the outcome, although that's important. But we got a lot of season in front of us, and we know that there's going to be a lot of challenges in front of us. We play in the SEC, and so I'm not so locked in on that scoreboard as I am making sure that every game we continue to fine-tune our offense, fine-tune our defense, get better from a rebounding standpoint, continue to value the ball. And, that's to me what I want to see is us continue to grow and elevate our games individually and collectively.
What are some things you want to fine-tune?
A little bit of everything. I mean, it's November, right? So scoring the ball much better. I think we're sharing the ball better, but I still think there's some opportunities that, we can take advantage of. We got a new shot clock. We got a couple quick shots instead of, kind of reset that spacing. I think, we're not driving into small gaps as much as we had been, but there's still a couple out there. Ball security, you're not going to play a perfect game, but we still had, I thought, some careless turnovers that we could have cleaned up. Probably can do a little bit better job with our tagging, getting some more offensive opportunities, although that's been pretty solid for us. Defensively, I thought we did a better job. Our rim discipline, not fouling at the end of drives, is definitely continuing to grow and get better, and so we've got to be, show that we can be consistent in that area. Second shot opportunities, I felt like we let a couple get away from us tonight, and that's something we want to do a better job of as well. So a little bit of everything, which is to be expected this early in November.
We'll take 1 or 2 more if you guys have them.
Coach, you look back a couple weeks ago, start the season 1 and 2, now have kind of rattled off 4 straight wins. Do you kind of believe in the idea of momentum and being able to stack these wins? Can you kind of feel that in the locker room?
Yeah, I think, stacking days is really important, and that's really the mindset. It's just stacking days. It's stacking possessions. It's not, it's just one day at a time. How we show up for practice and film session and then the game and just trying to continue to build off that. It's a lot of new players that, trying to put the pieces together, and we felt all summer long that we had the pieces. It's just how do we make it all work? We've got players that are used to, kind of having the ball in their hands a lot. How do you put that together for a whole team? And, I've seen a lot of growth in them. I think out of the gates, That wasn't our team, and I told you that when we got back from Vermont. I don't think any of us recognized that team out there. It just felt completely different than June, July, August, September, October. But we had to make some adjustments, and we had to talk through those things. And I think it's a veteran team. They're like-minded in what they want to get done. They understand what the mission is, and how do we continue to lean into we over me, and just get better one day at a time.
For Grace and Nyah, what does it look like, the idea for stacking days as a player and being able to continually get better, not for yourself but also for the team?
I would say for me, like, just to know, like, yes, like, the game is, like, serious, like, it's our job, but, like, just to continue to have fun with each other as well. Like, Coach mentions it all the time, like, we shouldn't be, like, so stressed out about a sport. Like, we'll always have fun with it, like, be happy to be around each other and just have, like, that electrifying experience, like, just to, like, go out there and just enjoy playing basketball and just not feel pressured all the time. So, like, just having that experience just makes it fun for the most of us.
Yeah, indubitably so. Like, just building off of that, I think Nyah just hit it on the head, being able to play together and just have fun. And on top of that, just, like, working hard at a sport we love, but getting to do it, like, with a second home and a second family here at Mizzou. It's just amazing. Stacking days, I think, looks different a lot of days, or a lot of times, whether you have, that rest day and giving your body your rest, but also being able to go at it hard in practice and know you're making each other better and having fun. But I think stacking the days looks different, but we're always getting better.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.